Okay, so a lot of times they'll give their puppies puppy mush. And puppy mush is when you're weaning them off mummy, right? So you're not going to go from eating off mummy all day, every hour and a half, 2 hours, to puppy food. If you do that, they're going to get diarrhea. Or they can get constipated, or they're just, a lot could happen. I mean, they're sensitive, and their little tummies are sensitive at first. Their digestive system, everything, very sensitive. So what we do, and everybody does it, I'm not trying to sound special, but everybody does it slightly different. So this video is for people that are getting a puppy from us. At least you know what's in our puppy mush. So, and I'm like you, I've watched lots of videos. Our recipe for puppy mush has changed over the years. I learned, obviously, by watching videos, just like what you guys are doing. And I've omitted some stuff, and I've added some stuff. So I've come up with what I think works best for our puppies. So this is just to show you what we put in our puppy mush, okay? So obviously you're going to use a large mixing bowl, and you're going to use whatever kibble your puppies are currently on. Yeah, in our case, we go with the IAMS puppy, and it comes in large or small. We go with the very small for later on. So like later on, when they progress past puppy mush, you're just going to soak this in warm water, right? That's the ultimate goal, right? And then just to get them on hard food. So we go with that, and what you do is you grind it up in like a NutriBullet or a Ninja. This is a Ninja, a NutriBullet, or you can get like a no name. It doesn't matter, but you're gonna grind it up. I saved you. That makes a lot of noise, so I've already got some in an old juice container that's ground up, and you'll see that it's like a ground up to like a powder, like literally a fine powder. So there's no exact science to this. You just kind of get used to what goes in it, right? So I put in roughly 2 cups of, and I can add more if I want, but I put in roughly 2 cups of the, this is ground up, and it's whatever the puppies are going to go home with, right? So because our puppies go home with this, and the reason we went with this brand is we originally went with a brand that was at Costco, and then a lot of people that were getting puppies from us, they didn't go to Costco, they didn't have a membership. So then when you switch the puppy's food, the puppy could get diarrhea. So we went with this because it's at pretty well every pet store. It's at Walmart. It's so easily available, and it's a decent food. It's better than puppy chow, but it's also available at pretty well any store. If you do want to switch food later on, that's a different topic. You have to mix it 50-50 with the new food and the old food, and then when that amount is gone, you take like a bag of this and a bag of what you want to feed them, and you mix it 50-50, and then when that amount is gone, then it's safe to move on to their new food. If you don't do that, you'll get severe diarrhea. But in this case, we use this because this is what they go home with. And the ultimate goal is just to get them on dry puppy food. So, about 2 cups of the ground up kibble. And then you want pumpkin. You want pure pumpkin. You don't want pumpkin puree. You want pure pumpkin. And the reason we use, and this is just a no-name brand, it doesn't really matter. Pure pumpkin is pure pumpkin. So you're going to go through a lot of it, so you go with what you can get. So I already have one of those open, which is in this container right here. So now I do 3 like heaping tablespoons of like quite a bit healthy amount, like 3 very large tablespoons of pure pumpkin. And I used to add baby oats, and I just don't have that right now, but I stopped. The reason I don't have it is I stopped adding it because some of the babies, they weren't really choking on it, but they were definitely, they start at 4 weeks, right? So maybe at 5 weeks you could throw some baby oats in there, but definitely not now at 4 weeks. So the good base is for a base would be your baby oats, your pumpkin, and your kibble. And then we add, hold on, 3 tablespoons of Greek and heaping tablespoons. Like, not an exact science, but you want to get a decent amount, like quite a bit. I'll go a little bit more. I just kind of cheaped them out on that one. 3 tablespoons of, Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt, I think it tastes like crap, but it's good for the dogs. It's good for their gut health. It has a lot of antibodies, so just plain Greek yogurt. Oh, in case you're wondering why pumpkin is a stool corrector. Now, if they have diarrhea, pumpkin's going to fix that. If they're constipated, pumpkin's going to fix that. It also, excuse me, it also gives a better flavor. So it has a nice smell and a better flavor, so it makes them want to eat it. So none of this matters if they're not going to eat it, right? So the pumpkin, it's got like it does 3 things. It'll correct their stool, it attracts them, it smells nice, and it actually tastes good. So it's a stool corrector. Smells good, tastes good. The Greek yogurt is good for their gut health. And then we use just any medium chain fat. You could use MCT oil, which I used to use, but I just found it easier because we always have it in the house. You can also use coconut oil. If you use coconut oil, you just take like just 1 spoon, decent size, like quite a bit. And then, of course, you nuke it for like 25 seconds. Now, the coconut oil is, you could Google all why we're using each item. The coconut oil is very good. It's good for their skin, good for their coat, good for their digestive system. So, coconut oil. This second last one. All right, I'm just gonna pause the video and I will be back. All right, I'm sorry about that. I had to take that call, but forget where I was. Oh yeah, before I show you this next one, I'm just gonna add, because I just heated up the oil. And this is coconut oil, or you could use MCT oil. Either or, both medium chain, so it's irrelevant. You could use either or. Whatever you have. MCT oil, you're increasing the chance of giving them diarrhea. Even though the pumpkin is a stool corrector, you don't want to really, MCT oil, you'd have to use less, right? I would probably, I can't even remember, but I did use less. But with coconut oil, I use a large tablespoon and then I heat it up. Okay, so that's the coconut oil. This second last one is going to cause a lot of people to either say, oh, I didn't know that, or they're going to be like, oh, you shouldn't do that. And that's an egg. Use 1 raw egg. Now, the raw egg, people talk about salmonella and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's for human consumption. You got to work with the raw eggs and all that stuff. And it's something like 10 in whatever trillion eggs could have it. But even if every single egg had it, it's irrelevant because over 30% of dogs already have salmonella in their core system anyways, and their body knows how to deal with it. So it's actually not the same issue that it would be, for humans. But the health benefits to 1 raw egg is good. But keep in mind, I only used about 2 cups of the kibble. So it's not as if they're getting just a touch of each of these ingredients. I'll show you in a minute. Now the last one is a must, and that's puppy formula. You can get stage 2. We go through this quite a bit, but stage 2 is out of stock, so we got this one as well from PetSmart. It's just a puppy milk replacement. Stage 2 is the one I prefer. Where did I put my spoons? Oh well. For that one, you want 2. I use 2 tablespoons, and they're all heaping tablespoons of puppy formula. Now, if it's just the basic minimum, you want The basic minimum, you want the kibble, you want pumpkin, and you want like oats, like baby oats. If it's just the basic minimum, you would have baby oats, pumpkin, and kibble. But we, River City Pugs, what we use is we use kibble, we use pumpkin, baby formula, Greek yogurt, coconut oil, and 1 egg. So, helps with the stool, extra nutrients, good gut health, and also good for the health in the coat. And then, of course, the goal is to eventually just get them on a bag of puppy food. Let me get this out of the way. I'm going to save you. Oh, and obviously you have to add water. Okay, so this is kind of how it looks. Not raw eggs. Kind of I don't know how Rocky did it, but anyways, this you're going to add water now, and you want to get a consistency that's when they're exactly just starting it. You don't want to go too watery because they're going to go like nose deep right into it, right? So you don't want it to go into their nose and have them choke on it, have it go in their lungs and aspirate. So you want to have it like a medium density, like almost like a pudding when they first start. You can have it more watery if you want when they're about 4.5, 5 weeks, because by the third time they're eating it, they're already aware of it, they know it, and they're like, oh yeah, and then they approach it and they start eating it gently. But I'm just gonna mix it up really quick. I gotta let the water run. You want to add warm water. You don't want to ever give the puppies, obviously cold puppy mush. So I'm going to stop the video, and then I'm going to add some warm water, and I'm just going to mix it all up, and then I'm going to resume it. So we got it. I had to add the water. You want to add the water when it's nice and warm, because the pumpkin was actually cold because I had the pumpkin in the fridge. I didn't take it out of the can. The can was already opened. So then you add warm water, or actually you add hot water, so then it actually overall warms up everything. Just, I think I have already uploaded a video of them actually eating puppy mush. This video is just to show you what's in the mush that your soon-to-be puppies will be eating, because like say you ended up buying milkshake, you might want to know what were they feeding her, or were they just soaking puppy food? Like we do soak it later, right? When they're like 6.5, 7 weeks old, they're off the puppy mush. At that point, they're just having puppy food, and you soak it in warm water, and then usually by 8.5, 9 weeks, you can stop soaking it. You can let them start using their teeth. Because that is still the ultimate goal. Even if you want to spoil your dog and give them wet dog food, blah blah blah, and all that nice stuff, their teeth are gonna rot, right? They always have to use those teeth. So if you're only giving your dog like the little Caesars and all the wet dog food and stuff, make sure they have dentist sticks at least 3 times a week, or you can mix their wet food with some kibble. Like they have to. The old saying: if you don't use it, you lose it, right? They have to use those teeth. When I was young, my mother had a friend, and her dog's name was Pumpkin, I believe. It was a Chihuahua, and all it ate was soft, wet food. And every time the dog would come to greet me, I could smell, like I love the dog, but it smelled so horrific because her teeth were just rotting. And she wasn't even that old, actually, of a dog, but it was just not, everything was soft. And I'll add a little bit more. 1 second. So yeah, so here's their puppy mush. And then obviously I'm not going to give it to them this. They wouldn't be able to eat out of this. They're only 4.5 weeks right now. So they're going to eat out of a different bowl that has a lower side wall, so it's easier for them to lean over, and they're going to walk in it. They're going to make a huge mess. We put them in a separate pool. We put them in a small pool with a little pee pad underneath it, and we let them eat, let them make a huge mess, and then we clean them up, and then they go back in their other area where their blankets and their teddies and their toys are. Okay, so what we use is this. It has a smaller, very low edge so they can lean over and eat better. It also has this middle part, which kind of deters them from like going right in it and then like running over and running through it. They tend to just gather around and eat. So it's not super watery now because they're 4.5 weeks. I don't want them having it, sucking it or going into their nose. And if we give too much, it's irrelevant. They're not going to eat all this. They're probably going to eat half of this. But that's fine. Mommy can eat the rest, right? Like after the babies are done, you want to make sure the babies are done, obviously. But after the babies are done, just let Mommy eat it because this is, everything in here is good for her too. Because the mums tend to get diarrhea a lot after they've been breastfeeding. And they need extra nutrients as well. So yeah, if you were curious what we put in our puppy mush, now you know. It's pure pumpkin, Greek yogurt, some coconut oil, some puppy formula, ground up kibble, and an egg, a raw egg. The pumpkin puree helps with their stool. Greek yogurt, good gut health. More nutrients and whatnot from puppy milk. Kibble is so their stomach makes a good, like, if I wasn't adding the kibble to all this, then when it is time to just give them this that's been pre-soaked, they would have diarrhea. So this gets their system used to it. But yeah, that's about it. You know what I'll do? I'm going to get them all set up in their small pool, and then I'll take a separate video, and I'll probably add it to the end of this so you can actually see them eating their little puppy mush. All right, guys, have a good one. Okay, here we are. So you can see right there, they know. Oh no. They know that their food is ready. So I'm just going to sit this on the tripod. I just got my cell phone now. And come on, babies. Oh no. Okay, pistachio. Pistachio. Mushu. Oh, he looks like such a grumpy old man. Mushu. Milkshake. She brings all the boys to the yard. Damn right. That's Milkshake. Uh-oh. It's Stuart. Tiny little man, Stuart. That's Stuart. Oh boy. Is he turning in like that? He's got a little bit of an eating problem. He's a real chunk, but he was the runt of the litter. But now he's a little piglet. That's Domino. And last but not least is Waffles. Oh no, it's Sweet by Waffles. Mommy, you can have what they don't eat. Come on. Get in there. They're not overly hungry. They ate about 3 hours ago. So they might not completely dig in. I just wanted you to see how they have it. But now I take this is the perfect time now to change their blanket. Mommy just jumped in, but their blanket has to be changed minimum 2-3 times a day, sometimes more. It depends on how much they're pooping. Betty, get away from it. I don't want her to eat. 1 second. So when they're doing this, it's the perfect time for me to change their bedding. Hey, Betty, come on now, Alfie. Alfie, get it. Alfie, get it. Just get them to eat a little bit, and then I'm going to change their bedding because apparently, I think in 3 hours, yeah, in 3 hours they're gonna have to eat it. Yeah, I might as well change it now. So yeah, so as they're doing that, I'll change that and then get them all situated. But I can't do it right now because I don't just change the blanket. it's the entire pool. So we take this small pool that's inside the big pool, we take this small pool out, and then we put another one in, and then of course that goes in the wash. But each pool, we rotate them. We have 4 of these smaller pools, and of course they have to be disinfected. I can't just simply change the blanket. That's not good enough. So we take the pool out, we put in the one that's been disinfected, then we put the new blanket in, and they're on rotation. Milkshake, why are you not eating? Milkshake, why are you not eating? Oh, I see. It's because she's trying to secure a new home. She's trying to get that close-up shot. Well, it's on a tripod right now, dear. I can't get the close-up. Yeah. She's actually too busy looking at the adults. She wants to come out here. She wants to play with Auntie Dixie, and there's Auntie Coconut. And where's her mom? Oh, yeah. So Betty's over here. Okay, have some water, Alphagetti. Have some water. Alright, I'm just going to end the video because I have to actually, looks like 2 of them don't really feel like eating right now, and I do have to get them in the other pool because I don't want them jumping over this small pool and falling down. You guys have a good one.